We begin with breaking news out of Moore Park, where a train has derailed after apparently hitting a car or truck that was on the track. Mark Liu is at the desk with more of the breaking details. And Mark, we've been seeing people literally walking around the area off the train.
Yeah, that's right, Amy. This is breaking right now. We heard on the scanners that Ventura County Fire was responding to a rail line in the Moore Park area where an Amtrak train had collided with some kind of vehicle, causing several of the cars on that passenger train to derail. Now, SkyCal just got overhead. Let me take you to some live pictures. We can show you here. This is that Amtrak train. You can see there, it's starting to tilt a little bit to the side. Over on the left side of your screen there, that train almost came completely off the tracks, but it is still relatively upright. Now, just a few minutes ago, we saw a huge number of people coming off of that train. You can still see some of them there in this field. They're walking around. We don't have any reports of any injuries yet from people on the train, but we have seen images like this for about the last maybe 5-10 minutes of people in this field. All of them were walking to your right. They're all heading to a location there. This is the command post for the Ventura County Fire, or at least this is the area where they are taking all of those people. Now, in the center of your screen, right near the bottom, if SkyCal can show you, that's the wreckage of what's left of the vehicle we think that was struck with this train. We don't have any information about what kind of a vehicle that was, but that's the only wreckage that we can see so far here at this crossing. Amy, you can see lots of resources on scene here. They're going to be checking out everybody on this Amtrak train, which was apparently heading westbound. Right now, there is no service between LA and Ventura right now because this section of tracks is closed, obviously, and is going to be for some time, as they're going to have to right this train, move it out of the way, and conduct their investigation. I'm just noticing now as SkyCal zooms in here, you see there's a red X on the side of that car that someone has spray painted there. I believe that usually means that this car has been cleared. There is no one on board. They will go through each and every one of these cars and do this, and they paint that red X there, usually to tell them, okay, there's nobody on here. We've checked it. There are no injuries. Now here looking at the front of this train, we're getting our first look here. There looks like that may be what's left of the vehicle, another part of it. This may have been a fairly large vehicle, perhaps maybe like a big rig or something like that, because that's a pair of dually tires there. This train, though, stopping obviously shortly after that collision. And again, we don't have any information about the person that was in that vehicle that was struck, but right now we are not hearing about any injuries on the train so far. We did see a large number of people upright and walking, making their way to the back of that train on the field and then over to that bridge area where all of those resources are gathered. So, Amy, yeah, this is a pretty big scene here. We have reporter Jasmine Veal that is on the way right now, headed out to the scene. And also, I can tell you, if you can come out to my computer screen, I can show you where this is actually happening. I'm not sure if we have the capacity to do this. Okay, this is Moore Park right here in the center of your screen. This is Greater Los Angeles here. And it happened on Los Angeles, the 11,100 block of Los Angeles. It's somewhere right around in this area here in the Moore Park area. As you can see, it's very rural, not rural, I should say, but there's a lot of agriculture and farmland out here in this area. Actually, now that I come to look at it, it might have actually been this crossing over here that we're looking at where this train derailment might have taken place. There's a large sort of commercial or industrial complex over here. But this is in Ventura County. Ventura County Fire responded to this one. And going back out now to live pictures from SkyCal, you can see this large group of people all sort of clustered right by where the wreckage of what, Amy, I think that might have been a larger size vehicle. I don't think that was a car. I think that might have been something that looked like maybe a big rig or something of that nature. We don't have that information yet from Ventura County Fire, but they definitely have resources there. They have a public information officer headed to the scene. They're going to be checking out all of these people standing there. It looks to me like many of them are completely uninjured. They're incredibly lucky that one car that we saw, actually I think it's two cars that were sort of leaning to the side, but one was way, way deeper leaning than the other one. But everyone here, I mean, you and I think we were, I'm not sure if you were here when we were working that Chatsworth derailment that happened just a little bit to the east years ago that completely derailed a train. Lots of injuries in that one. It kind of made me think of it when I heard that there was a train derailment that was so close to the Santa Susana Pass here today, but this one looks nothing like the one that happened years ago.
Yes, Mark, and I can tell you, living out in Ventura County, there have been a number of vehicles that have been hit by trains over the years in this area. There are not the typical arms that come down, and you can see it looks like right here in the center of your screen, it looks like someone is getting a little assistance walking there, those deputies helping that person there that was in the blue shirt. Also want to mention that on the bottom there, if we go a little bit farther, you could see a triage area was actually set up where we could see the different colors of the different tarps that were there on the ground that they usually use to differentiate who is the most seriously injured. Unfortunately, no one was in that area. It looks like most of the people have been able to walk to that other area. We're looking again at more of these cars that do have those orange X's on them. There were a number of these cars with those orange X's. Again, as you mentioned, Mark, these are the cars that have already been searched and no one is hurt or left in those cars. And you can see right there at the bottom of your screen where they had set up that triage area. No one appears to be in that area, which of course is a great sign. Most of those people have been able to walk over out of the area, which again is the best news of all. But we are still waiting to hear more about the person that was driving that vehicle that was struck by the train. Of course, we are going to continue to follow this story. We are going to bring you updates as soon as we get them.